It's quite amazing to see.
Concerts, it's plays, parades.
I never cease to be
The
impressed.
kind of shows that you put together on public access, you would not be able to find on network television.
It's an opportunity for them to express themselves.
Public access is probably the most important and easiest way of contributing.
It's really the only level of the media that totally focuses on the local community.
For over 20 years, community television has provided important local coverage, helping residents connect with issues facing our local elected officials and our communities. This unique programming has been possible due to franchise agreements between local municipalities and cable providers. However, pending legislation may do away with local control of these franchises to replace it with a state or federally controlled plan. Large telecommunication companies are lobbying heavily to do away with local control of the franchises. These telecommunication companies want to avoid laws regulating public rights of way, which would allow them to provide service to only certain areas of the community. Local franchising ensures competition for everyone. This legislation would also eliminate the protections that local franchising offers and would threaten the existence of public, educational, and government, or PEG, television. Local governments need to have the ability to decide what type of service is in the best interest of their community. As you're about to see, there is nothing that can replace the value of community television.
Community TV, just by its nature, allows people to express themselves to members of their own community. You don't necessarily get to be a wider audience than that, but at least you have the option of saying something and having it heard by your neighbors and friends. I think it's a vital part of our democracy.
The point is to make it interesting so that people care about what you have to say in the middle. So part of it's just a means of expression. It's another way to tell a story.
People have the opportunity to present their point of view, and this is a good opportunity for people to learn what's going on in the community as well, and give people the opportunity to really express themselves.
Community TV allows many different people, regular people, to air their particular interests and share that with the public.
If the normal citizen can start filtering information, products, and give it to the community, expose the community to it, I think it will enrich the community.
For folks out in the community, they realize that there's an unmet need, either a way, a perspective on something, of putting together a show that isn't being shown on the commercial networks. And this is an opportunity to put that program, that vision that they have, on the air.
A lot of times our particular show really does get into in-depth topics on education, whereas a national TV chain will never spend the amount of time that we do highlighting students, teachers, some of the exciting things that are going on in our schools. We've been able to reach a large audience with our show, and it's amazing the response that we get after a show is aired, so people are watching.
Without community television and the equipment and the channels that were provided through those programs, we would not have been able to give our students that hands-on experience, provide the outlet for our programming, for our creative endeavors, for our athletic teams, and in general just communicate more about Northwestern to the community that we're part of.
The graduation, if they can't get up here, they can see it later. If the concerts, the plays, the talent shows, etc., that the kids do up here that many people would like to see but don't have access to, they can see that. They can see some of the talent and some of the results of the training that kids get up here.
School sports are covered a lot by community TV.
It allows the larger community to see what they're doing and makes it a more enjoyable experience. And that's the primary purpose of educational coverage of sports, is to make it more enjoyable and to increase its visibility.
Having a community access where there's no charge to the end user for access to the channel gives us the opportunity to put those kinds of things on.
There's a lot of interest in the different activities that go on up here, especially the sporting events, and it's a good way to watch the high school football game or a soccer game.
The importance of airing government meetings, be they a school board, a zoning commission, a city council, is to provide transparency to the governmental process and to remind and constantly reinforce the reality to our public servants that they are and must be answerable to the community.
I think it's very important to air local school board meetings. It gives the public an opportunity to see what decisions are being made at the local level. It also gives the public information that they might be interested in having more of a say in. They may want to contact their school board members after hearing a particular topic.
Now with the ability to stream them, the ability to get it almost on demand is a real potential there that community television can provide.
From a city perspective, we place great value on community TV as a way of communicating with our residents, and especially with the replaying of our council meetings and our planning commission meetings. That really gives people an inside view of what's happening in the city.
So if the public can't get out and get to those meetings, they at least can watch it on television and they know what's going on.
By putting that out there, folks get the perspective, they can see what's going on, and they can relate to how decisions are being made.
This is where people are really impacted by their government in issues of transportation and crime and events that are going on in the city. It really affects them at the local level.
I think it really provides an important way to help the public fulfill their responsibility as a citizen, to know what the government is doing.
I remember when we started, there was some concern that if we cable casted city council meetings, that people wouldn't come to City Hall. We've had exactly the opposite experience. People will see what the hot topics are, get in their car, drive up to City Hall, and get in line to say what they have on their mind. I mean, that's democracy in action. That's exciting.
I am concerned the fact that all the networks are so much driven by their need to turn a profit.
Face it, the big network TVs really don't care about local government. They just don't have the time. If something is covered, it's only covered for its shock value.
It's by the availability of those local channels that we are able to tie our communities better together and to share with the whole community elements from all parts of it that are simply not feasible to be addressed on a regional or national basis.
If we don't support it, if we don't subscribe to it, if we don't use it, we're sort of taking one of the legs out of the underpinnings of democracy.
The trend in Congress to restrict or actually eliminate public access is a very dangerous undertaking. I think we see that coming to pass if the public does not take very rapidly a hold of its asset, its public access, and stand up for it and utilize it.
Community television plays an essential role in providing residents important information and programming that simply can't be found anywhere else. Without it, the community would be missing a powerful tool for local citizens and local elected officials. We need to take steps to ensure that community television continues its role in the local community. Contact your representatives and let them know that the threat to local programming is real, or go to www.alliancecm.org to learn more. Don't let the telecommunication companies take away control of your community. Take action to make sure your community doesn't lose its local voice.